Hello and welcome to the 11th exciting installment of GoldenEye 007 for the Nintendo Wii. Last time, if you've forgotten, and I wouldn't blame you, we rescued Natalia from Oramov and she told us that she had overheard a conversation he had where he mentioned a meeting that night at the Statue Park. So of course we know exactly where we're going. Our objectives for tonight are to record the encrypted transmission, to obtain intel on Yanis technology, and to investigate Statue Park. I was a little quick on the trigger finger on the objective screen, but well, there you go.
I'm coming with you.
No, it's too dangerous. Do you know how to use one of these?
Yes, I think so.
I'll be back.
Now, I don't know if you've been keeping score or not, but ever since Bond met Natalia, everything she has ever said to him has been sarcastic, or demeaning, or just plain rude. And I know she has a good set of legs on her, but Bond, really? You gotta draw your limits. She's a bitch. Anyway, it's a fairly standard opening to this level right here. We're introduced to the Statue Park. And we have two guys down there. We know exactly how to deal with them. Fairly standard. It seems like they just love standing right next to each other like that. Like, throughout the entire game. It's like they want that to happen to them. Now, right around this corner, there he is. Right around this corner is this guy. This position will be different depending on how long you take with the other guards. Right over here, you don't want to get too close because this guy has some pretty good vision. He'll see you from far away. Now, the opening to this level is really, really difficult. I have no idea how many times I did it trying to hammer out the perfect way forward. But it's mostly because of these guys.
Said that General Oromov has been assassinated.
Really? By one of ours?
It wouldn't surprise me. Who do you think would take his place?
Does it matter? Whoever it is, you and I will still be here.
I hear footsteps.
And that solves that. This level is a sneaking mission for the most part, but it's actually really, really difficult. It's one of the harder levels in the game, if you ask me. Especially since the lighting, in a game that already has pretty shitty lighting, the lighting in this level is absolutely horrid. I could barely see a damn thing while I was playing.
Did you hear something? It sounded like gunshots. It's just the thunder. Relax.
Clear the cop.
What can I tell you? He was servicing our company.
Struck him like a bolt of lightning. This guy right here, he's looking away from us. We don't need to waste the ammo. But those two guys up ahead, it may look like your standard two people talking to each other, just do the normal thing to them, but they're standing rather far apart and they're facing directly each other, so it's kind of difficult. You have to do it from farther away and you have to move faster up to the second guy. Still, nothing impossible. One more guard right over there, but I don't want to shoot him from this far away. It's a little too far for my tastes. And with that, the sewers of the Memorial Park are open. Our objective marker says to go up to here, but the door is locked. Nothing we can do, so we gotta go down here. Be very careful though. Do not step in the water because they will absolutely hear that. Stay on the nice dry sides. Sneak up on them. And just snipe them. That one was a little unprofessional, but what can you do? Now, in this part of the level, we're introduced to a lot of things right away. There's a building full of guys over there. Our way back is locked. There's a sniper on the roof. You might be able to see his laser from here. And there's a camera. Well, there's not a camera anymore. There's a guy to your left hiding in the shadows as well. Be very careful of him. As long as you do what I do, you should be fine. Now, here's an interesting mechanic that I never actually showed off. If you're looking down the sights and tilted the nunchuck left or right, Bond will lean over. And that is the safest way to take out that guy. If you don't do that, then he will spot you. You can get away with it if you shoot him fast enough, but it's just easier to do it what I did. It's a pretty nice gun, but I don't feel like taking it. My smartphone is ring-a-ding-a-dinging at me. But there's nothing here to do with it. When I first played through this level, I didn't look up a guide for it or anything. I don't think there were any guides available for it at the time. And it absolutely drove me nuts. I had no idea what to do. I found out eventually, though. Now here's our friend the sniper. We are absolutely going to want this gun. This is a terrific gun. Silenced and with a thermal scope. And the thermal scope, especially in this lighting, will be a godsend. There's that guy I was talking about. He's not there anymore. 2 guards by the gate, but there's no easy way to take him out. At least not from this angle. If you try it, you will absolutely be spotted. Now, you may have noticed, when I was in that building, there was an area that was locked off. It's right here. That's how you get in. First body armor of the level, right here. And a box. I wonder what's in it. Well, that looks picture perfect. And there you have it. This door would be locked from the outside, just so you know. Now there's a ladder here going underground, but it just goes right over there, right next to that other guy that we sniped. Not exactly a shortcut or a secret path or anything. God damn it. God damn it. Yeah, I've set off the alarm that one time. It was bound to happen eventually. But it doesn't look like anybody's coming. I guess I got off the hook that time. I'm not gonna fight it. Once again, pretty standard stuff. You could snipe this guy if it's a headshot, if you want to. But once again, just fairly standard. And once again, we're cut off from going back if we want to for any reason. You could go down these stairs if you want to, but I would really recommend against it. Because right here, you get a much better vantage point.
That the last shipments are ready to go. We fall back to the bunker in 5. Good. I'll be glad to get in the air, away from this place.
This section also took a little bit of practice. Don't take out those 2 guys just yet. And that just leaves those 2 right in front of us. We know exactly what to do with them. Easy peasy. Now these two guys up ahead, they could be deceptively difficult to get. From this spot right here, where I'm standing,
Hate to be downrange.
it's kind of difficult to get them both on the camera at the same time. So if you shoot this guy right here, you're absolutely going to alert the other guy. Just like that. But it's not too difficult to take him out.
Bond to MI6. This seems to be some kind of staging area. I'm sending back pictures.
Copy.
Now you know what this looks like to me? This looks like the perfect sniping position. Well, maybe not the perfect one, but still a pretty damn good one. The other snipers thought so too. I was kind of happy with that shot. Two more guys right in front of that oil drum.
We've lost some good men over the last few days. Yeah, but we're getting some local support once we've shipped out.
Should be able to take him out with one bullet. Here. Friggin' hitboxes. Pretty good. Now if you're hearing that beeping sound, wait just a moment, one more sniper. If the snipers get a simple glimpse of you for just a second, they will trip the alarm and you will have a lot of people to fight off. Now that beeping sound that you're hearing right now, that's a turret, way off in the distance. So don't go rushing into here right away. Now what I'm waiting for right here is for this guy to turn around and leave. Because if I try to shoot him where he's standing, then that guy right next to him will notice, obviously. He's just taking his time. You have to be quick, because if he gets into that room, you'll have to sit around and wait for quite a while longer as well. But with that, this area is clear. The only thing left to avoid is the drone. Top of these stairs are some cameras. Be very careful of those. You don't want to go this far just to get caught by some cameras. Now obviously you could hack this drone if you want to, but if you're doing what I'm doing, then this area is already completely empty. And even if not, then this drone's field of vision is kind of limited. It'll be fun, but useful? I'd argue against it. This room looks fairly safe. Better lock and load just in case. Some body armor just in case we need it. Alright then. That will lock all the doors, and the only thing left for you to do is to take a photo of this. Appears to be an airplane.
Tanner to Bond. What's holding you up?
They've captured the girl.
Move on, 007. The girl is expendable.
God damn it, Natalia.
Fire and take him down!
Oh, son of a bitch.
Come on, move, mister!
That flashbang will catch you by surprise if you're not expecting it. And because of the lighting in this horrible game, I was not expecting that guy to be there at all. And I could hardly tell if that guy's dead. Looks like he is.
Target spotted.
Still not done though. 10 bullets left. Awesome. Well, that takes care of that. Right over here is another objective for us to photograph. It looks like a weapons cache for Yanis. Or Janice, however they pronounce it, I don't know. But on the outside, there are also some guns that we can use. An Ivana Spec R that is silenced, or one with a laser. Or, even better, since we're not using this sniper anymore, we could pick up this Anova DP3 with a grenade launcher. And we're gonna pick up this body armor because we kinda need it. Alright, we're good to go. And just through this door is an item we could use this whole level. Now this looks like a tight, enclosed area.
He's here! Get him to cover!
You know what works well in tight, enclosed areas? Those work well. Fortunately, you only have 2 grenades to use for this gun. So after that, it's just back to simple running and gunning. Come on now. There he is. Now in this area, right around here is a really awesome gun. There it is. The Masterton M557. It is a fully automatic shotgun. Only 12 bullets, but that's more than you'll ever need. This is a very powerful, very intense gun. And they leave ammo for it all over the place here. I think I'm in love. I didn't even put any effort into it. The gun did most of the work. I love it. But unfortunately, we're gonna have to put it away very soon. And this part, this is back to stealth. You absolutely do not want to trip an alarm here, because if they think that you're there for even a second, you will fail an objective. It's too bright for the night vision, but it's too dark for your regular eyes. It's kind of annoying. Okay, I was very lucky there that I didn't trip the alarm. And there are 2 guys way in the corner there. Oh, they're so annoying. If you're not right up against the wall here, then they will see you. That was also very close. But most of the enemies on the ground floor are done with. Gonna need that body armor again. And our secondary objective is right here. These 2 guys standing up here will also be very difficult. Well, not difficult, but annoying. You have to snipe the farther one first. But with some fancy shooting, it can be done. And after that, there's just 1 more guard, and then you're good to go.
Team 2, let's go!
Now this guy right here is why you don't want to trip the alarm. If he's distracted, or if you kill him too quickly, then you will fail. This is the encrypted conversation that you want to record.
2-5, I got
Just go right up to him,
waiting on the flight deck for Africa.
record that, and you're good.
Pick up the pace, team leader.
2-5, the last flight leaves in less than 3 hours. We need to start secure them.
And the last thing to do in this oval is just to get the hell out. Ah, damn it, game. Alright. Oh hey, another sewer. You know what that means? Not much ammo left for it, but I guarantee it'll be put to good use. This gun is so much fun in multiplayer, I can't even describe it. And in one of the modes, if you play as Zukovsky, you get this gun as your primary gun, and it has infinite ammo. It's just so much fun. It's pulled its weight, but time to move over to a gun that actually has ammo now. At this point, it's just your fairly typical you versus them scenario. Just shoot them, don't get shot. Fairly easy, but if you're not careful, like I just wasn't, they will rip through your life and through your body armor real quick. So don't get too careless. They all have Ivanas, I think, and they're all extremely accurate and very powerful.
Moving out! Cover me!
But just around this one more corner, and we're on the home stretch. Excellent. It's time to get the hell out. Oh hey, it's that helicopter. Parked in the middle of nowhere. Protected by nobody. I think I should take it. Far be it to look a gift horse in the mouth, right?
Hello, James.
Alec, you're alive.
No thanks to you. You had to be a patriot and set off those bombs before we could defuse them.
You're Janus, the two-faced Roman god who rained fire down on those who betrayed him. Why?
Why? Look at the last 10 years. The wars, the financial meltdown. Who profited? Who came out on top? You thought you were protecting Queen and country, but it's all about the bankers and their bonuses. You know, I did think of asking you to join my little enterprise, but your loyalty was always to the mission. And never your friend. For England, James? I think not.
This part wasn't in the N64 version, but anyone familiar with the movie will know exactly what you need to do.
Bond to MI6.
What happened, Bond? Are you all right? What do you need?
I need a plane. I'm going to Africa.
Well, Africa's not very specific. Africa's a pretty big place, if you ask me. But at least we have a rough idea where we're going next time.
Why? Look at the last 10 years. The wars, the financial meltdown. Who profited? Who came out on top? You thought you were protecting Queen and country, but it's all about the bankers and their bonuses. You know, I did think of asking you to join my little enterprise, but your loyalty was always to the mission. And never your friend. For England, James? I think not.